Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is the Sports on the Pitch. So this is basically a new channel, and what I'm going to be doing on this channel is that I'm going to be making videos from commentaries, from social media, talking about football, biases and many other things like that in football. So, of course, for many of you who know me from the Arsenal in Me channel, I own the Arsenal in Me channel as well. So, this Discuss on the Pitch is my is my second channel, and the Arsenal in Me is my first channel. So, just in case you're not following the Arsenal in Me, please kindly endeavor to follow the Arsenal in Me, or I mean, subscribe to the channel. So, if you're an Arsenal fan, I am an Arsenal fan. So, on this particular channel, which is the Arsenal in Me, I discuss everything about Arsenal transfers, post-match, pre-match, Arteta's press conference, anything that has to do with the club. So, welcome again to my new channel, which is Discuss on the Pitch. Today, we're actually going to be looking at why is there a hit on Mikel Arteta? Why does the media create a frenzy around Mikel Arteta? What exactly is happening? And if you look at it, this is difficult for me because of course I'm an Arsenal fan and it will look like I'm speaking from the angle of bias. But I'm going to be playing a few clips and we are going to actually be discussing based on those clips and we see how we can proceed from there. So starting first is that I'll be playing this clip from Gary Neville.
Is Mikel Amorin capable of being Arsenal's starting centre forward?
They're going to have to come up with something. And look, I said before the game today in the Sky Sports Newscast, I have got very little sympathy for Arsenal. They knew at the start of the season that they were short in centre forward. They knew that they might be, if Havertz got injured, that they were in a position where they didn't have the quality up top. So they've known about it. They've also had 2 title races, so they know what it's like. So this is not an inexperienced team anymore. It's not an inexperienced manager, and it's not an inexperienced situation for them to be in. So I always say that ultimately, did you know that this could have happened before the start of the season? Yeah. Could it have been foreseen? Yes, it could. We knew that Arsenal lacked goals up top and a top centre forward.
Okay, so I partially support what Gary Neville is saying here, but let me say I'm 50 in and 50 out. Why am I 50 in and 50 out? I can tell you that no club would ever predict that. This is why I'm 50 out. I can tell you that no club would ever predict that all their forward line is going to be injured. I can tell you for a fact that no club is ever going to predict that. Of course, clubs can actually predict that maybe, okay, we can end up having 3 or 4 players injured by the end of the season, but they are going to be from different positions on the field. For example, you might have a striker out or maybe a winger out. You have a defender out. Maybe your goalkeeper is also injured or someone else on the pitch as well. Making maybe a total of 3 or 4 within the season. Arsenal this season, the situation we currently are facing is that it is quite difficult because of the fact that how do you really want to cope? So here is Gary Neville saying that Arsenal has no excuse. And of course, Mikel Arteta himself has said there are no excuses this season. We are going to go all out to make sure that we play how we are supposed to play. Why I say I'm 50% in is that Arsenal are a team that really wants to score goals. That is a fact. Do the club see scoring goals as a big deal? Yes, they do. So why did they not do something about that in the summer? I'm 50% in on that. So let me continue to play the video.
I'm not saying they should have go and desperately buy one, but they knew in the January transfer window that there was an issue there. Again, couldn't get any business done. So this could have always.
So look, hear what Gary Neville is saying here. You are not saying that they should hurriedly go and buy one, but at the same time, you are saying that they should have done a business in January. I'm trying to get where that is coming from. Because if you are saying Arsenal should get a business done in January, and at the same time you are saying that they shouldn't rush to buy a player, I mean, what exactly are you saying? because he himself is in between. He doesn't want to say, because of course everybody knows January transfer window can be difficult. We all know how hard it is to bring in quality player in January, because basically nobody wants to leave their player in January. John Zuram went to Al Nassr because the transfer fee was outrageous. Ordinarily, Aston Villa would not have left John Duran, but the transfer fee was much. He needed to go. Arsenal went in for Ole Watkins, 29 years old, for that kind of fee. And the reality of this thing is, if Arsenal, for example, brought in John Duran, you know, for about £60 million, 29 years, and he plays for Arsenal, this same Gary Neville will come out and say that they shouldn't be getting John Duran, they should be getting someone younger than John Duran. So who exactly is younger than John Duran that is available, right? So these are the biases I'm talking about, because you want to say the management should have known that injury would happen. Yes, they should know, but nobody can know that injury would happen to all of your front players and most important players. This season, for example, we have seen Saliba out, we have seen Gabriel out, we have seen Ben White out for a very long time. Tomiyasu has not played at all this season. Saka is out now. Martinelli is out. Havertz is out. Havertz just finished his surgery yesterday. So why are they making it quite difficult? Why is it hard for them to understand that with all Mikel is going through, that is Mikel Arteta, he's still able to push the team forward. There is nothing you can do about the fact that Arsenal is second on the league table. We are second on the league table, and that should be well respected. Going forward,
It's happened. It has happened. I thought it might be Declan Rice coming from behind and from midfield and going forward, and Jorginho and Partey might be deeper, or even Mourinho and Partey might be deeper. But it's ended up that Mourinho's obviously gone forward and he's been the one that's the threat in the box. Sometimes good can come out of what seems to be bad, and you can sort of develop something together. It's going to be tough for Arsenal. They're playing against Leicester.
so what Gabriel is saying, what Gary is saying here shows that Gary can never be a good manager. We all know his record some while back, in the club he went to coach, but he's not a good manager at all. I don't even see him as so. He better remain as a punditry, and even this punditry stuff, as far as I'm concerned, is not really working well for him. He has the audience, yes, but he says a lot of craps. So Merino up front scored 2 goals in his debut as a striker for us now. You have constantly bashed Mikel for every decision he has made, and he has always come out on top. You bashed him when he brought in Lewis Kelly. He was bashed when he brought in Waneri. They have proven to be the right decisions. Currently, you are bashing him now for using Mikel Merino as a forward, as a striker. He has pulled 2 goals this season. 2 goals this season. He has 4 goals in total, actually, but 2 goals in the match against Leicester. But then, what exactly is wrong with this punditry? Why can't you just give Arteta where the kudos is due and say that he has done really, really very well for using a midfielder as a striker and still grinding out the result? That match was almost drawn. Mikel did his magic, bringing another Mikel, into the match, and he brought out the goal. Why is it difficult for people like Gary Neville to say that Arteta has done well? And kudos to him. How can we rule out about 8 injuries in a team? How can we rule that out and say that there should not be pity on the team? Apart from the bad fare of officiating that we have had, I don't even want to talk about that. If you guys really want to see more of my Arsenal video, please kindly go to my channel here, the Arsenal in Me. Please remember to subscribe on that channel as well as this one. So I don't really get where the whole Gary hatred, should I say, it is coming from, or should I say bias?
We're in the bottom 3 yesterday, and they're going to have tough games coming up. So I wouldn't say it's all plain sailing because they scored with 10 minutes to go and then obviously a little bit later than that. But it was a good moment for them. They have to find a way. And no excuses. When you've been in a title race for 2 years on the bounce, you spent hundreds of millions. You knew you had a slight weakness at centre forward. You can't act all surprised when you sort of 10, 15 games to go and you're in a title race and you think, oh, feel sorry for yourselves. That's not the way in which it can be. And I'm sure Mikel Arteta's not feeling that way either.
It's becoming more difficult to address Gary Neville's situation. Arteta himself is not even looking for pity, but you that you're talking about pity are even downplaying what Arteta has been doing as a manager. Fine, 2 years back to back in the title race, we had a proper squad, we had less injuries, but now we have injuries, and that is an excuse that everybody must listen to. It was an excuse when Liverpool had, their injuries. I think it was 2 seasons ago, or maybe last season. It was an excuse, but it's not an excuse when it comes to us now. So please, guys, please remember to drop your comment in the comment section if you feel what I'm saying is wrong. And if you really, really want to, what Gary is saying about Arsenal, drop your comment. Let's talk about it. So the next video I'm going to be playing is actually Amorin, talking about the match yesterday, because Manchester United lost by 1-0 to Tottenham Hotspur yesterday. For Manchester United, to be honest, they have some couple of players injured, but before their injury, they also have not been playing well. So let us look at what he has to say. That is
The goal
Amorin.
was offside, so we should have VAR. VAR should be here to overturn the decision. Is hard on the opponent. Is hard on Rude. But in the second half, we managed to change the game a little bit. But the performance we were poor in this game. But we show some spirit, more energy in the second half. Some players also when came in helped the team, so it was a good result. But the performance, of course, we have to improve.
Okay, so that is Amorin, Manchester United coach. Okay, if you listen to what he's saying, he says VAR should have checked the decision yesterday because he believed the goal was offside. To be honest, I didn't see the match. I did not see the match, so I really cannot talk about offside or not. But what do I really want to talk about here? What happened to VAR? What happened to the processes? What happened to the ability of managers to be able to challenge referees and ask them to go and check the VAR? I mean, when exactly are we going to get to that point? Although many people would have said that it is no excuse to have lost yesterday, but it's also an important decision because at some point in time the VAR was supposed to protect the integrity of the game. So if you have a VAR on the pitch, you have a referee on the pitch, and there is no synchronization between both of them, then the system is already failed. Amorin is not taking the loss yesterday as a loss because, of course, Tottenham won over them. He's taking it as the officials did not do their work. We have overemphasized on the need to ensure that VAR keeps the game balanced, but we are not getting that. So I think there is a lot of problem with the EPL. So guys, this is the video I want to make. It's my first video on this channel. Please kindly do subscribe to the channel. Please do make your comment. Tell me how I can improve on the channel. I won't wait. I can't wait to even hear you out. Thank you so much, guys.